baby belly bounce back workout.
Oh my god, that's gonna be the name of the video. That was awesome. Hey guys, it's Lauren Heppens, and I have one of my dearest friends with me, Liz Morrison. She's a personal trainer, she is a group fitness instructor, but she also is a mom of 2. She recently just had the cutest little baby boy, and how old is he now?
7 weeks.
7 weeks old, and she looks, yes, amazing. So now she's here to help everyone at home who just had a baby boy or baby girl recently. And again, how are you gonna get your abs back into shape? So Liz, I feel, is an expert in the field since she's already had 2 babies. She's already getting her body back into shape. So this is not only a follow along workout video, but she's also gonna talk you through it, teach you all about your body and what you need to know. Cool?
Absolutely. All right, so I'm gonna have Lauren start on the mat. Before we get started, I just wanted to mention that we really wanna focus on the lowest part of our belly. So that's the part that gets the most damage from holding a baby for 9 months as well as pushing it out. So we wanna train those muscles, reconnect with those muscles. And that's really where you wanna start when you're gaining strength and tone and health back into those abs. Side note, this is the stuff that you wanna do, I would say, until about 8 weeks post-baby, so that you don't cause any damage, any increased diastasis rectus, which is splitting of the abs. So again, I would really just stick to these type of exercises until you're about 8 weeks out, and then add some more twisting, crunching, and we'll talk more about that as we get going. So Lauren's gonna set herself up in a C-curve position, so just bending at those knees. C-curve, you wanna think of belly button to spine, ribs to hips, so you're really just shortening that distance, pulling those abs in. You can hold your hands on your thighs for a little bit more of a beginner's move, or you can extend them out. So holding those arms out, shoulders down your back, your abs pull in. Set that pull in, they're not gonna release through this series, and then you're just gonna begin to breathe. So you're exhaling out, sucking belly in. Good, so as you do this, I want you to think about those low abs. They run around you like a belt. So they're really just pulling in your gut. So every time you breathe out, you're sucking that belly button to spine. Finding that low ab connection. A couple more. By strengthening these abs, it's going to also help really support that low back. So really important muscle, especially as you're carrying those babies. Let's do 3 more. Good. And 2. And 1. Holding this one in. I want you to lift those arms over your head, and you're going to do the second series. You're going to pull those abs in. And again.
This is hard even when you're not.
Yeah, it's super hard because for most people this area you have not the greatest connection to because of tight hips or low back issues, so this is good for everybody to do. A couple more.
What if people start to feel it in their back?
Well, you want to feel it in your back because you are working your back and it's stretching your back, but you can come up a little bit higher, or you can put a ball or a pillow or something to give you a little bit of support underneath that low back. 2 more. And hold this one in nice and tight. Keep that belly button pulling in. Don't release it. Extend those arms to the mirror. This time I want you to use that breath with that little bit of crunch. So you're gonna find your body moving forward just about an inch, but keep in mind that the only reason your body is moving is because those abs are pulling in. Your breath is exhaling out. If you start to feel it in your hip flexors, make sure that you're not rocking or moving with any momentum. It's just really folding at that belly button line. You got 3, 2, and hold this next one in. Your arms are going to come overhead. Your abs are going to go in. We're almost to the end. This time I want the exhale and the little pull back of those arms. So give your body power. Suck it in. Good. Keep making that mind to body connection. Good. You got it. Suck in tighter. You got 5. Don't tuck that chin. 4, 3, 2, hold this in nice and tight. Good, holding. I want you to keep it tight. Just extend those legs long, open up those hips. Take an inhale. As you exhale, go down a little bit lower. Abs are in. Good. Again, inhale, exhale, go down a little bit lower to the mat. 1 more time. Inhale, exhale, hold at the lowest point for 4. Keep pulling in for 3, 2, and all the way down. Nice job. Give it a stretch. So in that ending section, everybody's low is gonna be at a different point. Maybe you're just holding that C curve that you started with, maybe that's your challenge, but as you feel yourself getting stronger, you're gonna wanna push that resistance a little more and finish that series with that final little bit of burn. Lauren's gonna come down into a straight arm plank. The great thing about plank is even though I'm cueing her for the straight arm plank, you can do it from your forearms if you have sensitive wrists. You can go to your knees, or you can go to straight legs, or you can play around with a little bit of everything if your body starts to fatigue. So, as she sets herself up, I just want you guys to remember that what we're training really through this workout today is the lowest part of your stomach. So, in order to get that, you need to pull it in, which is going to create length in your low back. So, just check in with that this doesn't begin to sink. Because when you're pregnant, your back gets out of whack, absolutely, because your belly's pulling it forward. So, we're trying to flip that switch and create balance in your body. So, check in with that low back area. If it starts to sink, that's the cue that you need to take your pause, reconnect to your muscles, and then pop back into the exercise. So, she's holding her plank, her shoulders are down the back, the chest is pressing forward, and her chin doesn't tuck. So the same thing that we just did in the first exercise, she's going to start to focus on her breath. So you're pulling your belly in as you exhale out. Keep this going. So that pulling, that exhale out is really your rep. So like any exercise you do, you just want to continually go through this rep, making it long though. So inhale, exhale. As you exhale, you need to pull that belly button in as tight into your spine as possible. Think of the body pushing away from the mat. Good, we're gonna work this basic move a couple more times. Feeling the drive through your heels, feeling the strength in your quads. Good, let's do this 2 more times. You're pulling your belly up and in. Good, and let's do it one last time. Good, now you're gonna hold this in. I want just a little inch lift with that strength. So you're gonna feel your hips move to the ceiling with your breath and then back down to neutral. And down, good, you gotta exhale on the up. That's your strength. Let's go 5 more. You're moving from your belly. You're less movement from those arms. Exhale up. Good. 2 more. Don't tuck your chin. Exhale up. And now you're back to that neutral spine. Tucking those hips, feeling the bones, feeling the length in the back. Good. Couple more seconds here. Good. I want to see the shoulders come down the back. That chest press out. Let's hold for 3. She looks good. For 2. And then pull those abs in, inch lift up. And down, inch lift up. Gotta breathe on the up. Yeah. 4 more. 3, 2, 1. Last neutral, you got 5 seconds, burn. Good, I want length in that back. For 4, push through those heels. For 3, for 2, and release down to those knees. Walk it back. Good, fingertips to the wall, door, whatever's in front of you. Good. Bring those arms behind you. Open your chest up. Awesome.
Seriously, the hardest plank I've ever done in my life.
So
She kills me every time.
You might be thinking hard. You know, I just had a baby. You're expecting me to do something hard. But again, take that modification. Take shorter sets or sequences. And build yourself up. Again, just keep in mind that the breath is the key and the pulling of that stomach. So really watch that you're not popping it out or you're working in your low back. So what you're doing in any sort of exercise, anytime, whether you have a baby or not, but especially having a baby and being so unbalanced, is figuring out where you need to create balance. And so these exercises are great to really create that core balance. We're going to have Lauren come onto all 4s. So a little bit of a gentler movement. This also is, can be a modification for a plank. So if you're just really not there, you can come down to all 4s, again, focusing on your breath and your pull-in. So just a couple rounding of the spine, pulling belly into that cat-cow positioning. Good. So again, as Lauren goes through this a few times, what I was just talking about was that balance from abs to low back. So that back is really tight. She's stretching it out here, creating that length. But think you're moving from your stomach. So as you move, it's less push off of that upper body, more of that pelvic tilt, pulling in that belly and strengthening and stretching through that low back. Let's go 2 more. Good. Ending with that smallest stomach. This time I want you to hold that round. Keeping that round in nice and tight. Good. From here, just turn your back toes under and hover those knees up off the mat. You're just going to hold this here. Good. Finding that hover. And I just want you to go through that sequence again by pulling your belly in, exhaling out. Good. So let's try not to move here. Just 1 round and just sucking in. So no movement. Just pull in. Similar to where we started with the C curve. Nothing is moving in your body. It's just those abs. It's just that forced breath out, forced pull in. Getting those transverse abs, low abs. Let's go 4 more. For 3, for 2, now hold that in. I want you to tap your knees to the mat and then lift it up with the pulling of your stomach. Tap to the mat, lift up with the pulling. Go. You got 5 in, 4 in. Good, last upper body push. 3, don't release your back on the down. For 2, hold this next one up. Last bit of the series, I want you to tap your knees together in the center and then back to hip width. Good, don't release that belly, keep it in. Good, watch you don't go wider than hip width. You got 5 in, 4 in, she's got it. She's got 3, 2, now hold the spinal inner thigh in, suck it in. I want to see more length through here. Yeah, for 4, breathe out, don't hold it. For 3, for 2, and release. Nice job. Back to your butt, child's pose, walk those arms long. Maybe if you felt tension in those wrists, you can roll those out. And we'll move on to that low back. All right, so we're gonna finish the series today with some back work. So when you have a baby, and as you know, if you've had one, it's not just the front of your abs, it's your side abs, it's your low back that gets stretched out, weakened, and imbalanced. So you wanna make sure you're not only stretching your low back, but you also do some strength work for it. You wanna aim to feel the burn, the fatigue, but you don't wanna feel any sort of pinching, pulling, tweaking. So I will give you some modifications as you go through this, that if you are feeling true pain, you can still accomplish this with those modifications. So Lauren's gonna start with her hands behind her head, neck, and shoulders stay in line with her spine. She's gonna lift her head up off the mat. Good, her chest is gonna follow. This is a natural, smooth movement, so there's no pulling on that upper body. You're gonna lift a little bit higher up, and I want you to think from your ribs to your hips. So you're creating basically a back crunch. Your belly's gonna pull in, your ribs are gonna pull in. If you start to feel your low back in a painful way, just watch if you've released those. They really do support your low back. And then from here, keeping her bum tight, which supports her low back, she's gonna have that inch lift up and then small release. So going back to your breath, you're exhaling out as you pull in. Good. Pull belly in, breathe it out. Good, couple more. A lot of times we're connected with those head, hands, shoulders, and they start to begin to throw you, and that's where you get tension in your head or neck. So just check in with that doesn't begin to happen. You have 2 more. Now hold this here. Abs pull in, holding, feeling that burn. Keep opening up your chest, squeezing those shoulder blades. Now if this is too hard for you, you can lower down a little bit. Good, give yourself a little less resistance, and then bring yourself back up. Good, 1 more set. Go down an inch, up an inch. Nice. So some people like to lift their legs up off the mat to give a little bit more support in their low back. So it's really your choice. Good. Couple more. You got 5 up, 4 up. Nice. For 2, hold this next one up. Good. Your abs pull in. Nice. Lifting a little bit higher. Very good. Thinking again of crunching through here, working your whole waistline. You got 5 seconds. Good. Don't let that chest collapse down. Keep your breath exhaling out. Don't hold it. For 4, for 3, for 2, and release. Nice job. Very good. So from here, let's push back to that last child's pose. Walk your hands long. And then press yourself up into a down dog positioning. So again, the back of your body really just tends to get really tight through pregnancy. So this is going to create some length. Pressing those heels out, pulling those abs in. Good. Nice. And you're just going to hold this for a second. Always really connecting to your breath through any movement that you do, with any exercise that you do. It's going to make the work more effective. Good. Now walk your hands back to your feet. You're going to take this forward fold for a minute. Good. And just bend those knees and then go back to that straight. So every time you bend those knees, your low back releases, and then you straighten and stretch through those hamstrings and low back. Good. 2 more. Nice. And 1 more. You're going to hold the final straight. The legs are really nice and tight, and I want you to feel those low abs that you guys definitely got into today, and I want you to pull them in, and it's going to round you about 1/4 of the way up, and then release your body down. Good. And pull in and release down. So it's easy to kind of work off momentum with these, but truly test yourself. As you aim to your lowest spot, only move from the pulling of your abs. So some of you who have some, maybe a little more strength, a little more flexibility, might come higher up. Others may come up an inch, but just use those abs, really kneading out that low back. 3 more. For 2. And last one, slowly rolling all the way to the top. And there you go. You have your baby belly bounce back workout.
Oh my god, that's gonna be the name of the video. That was awesome. Baby belly bounce back workout.
Yay!
This is Liz again, and tell us about, you teach a class specifically for...
I do. So I teach at the Energy Bar, which is in Stoneham, and we're working on opening up a studio tomorrow, actually, in Beverly, Massachusetts. So those of you who are around here, come check us out for general bar mat classes. But we also do a class called EV Mama that I created and co-teach with the owner, Juliana. And that class is for pre and postnatal pregnant women, really just keeping you in shape during your pregnancy, and then helping you bounce back after. So some of those moves you will definitely see in those classes. And we are launching our Mommy and Me classes in the next month or two. So stay tuned for that. And I think Lauren and I may do a special video with a cameo from my son.
Yay! So stay tuned. There will be a follow-up video with this. Let us know in the comments below if you have questions. Liz will answer any questions you have. She is an amazing resource. You will be seeing more of her. As you can see, she gives a killer workout. So she'll be doing maybe some special videos with us, not only for pregnant people or people who just had babies, for everyone. Hope you enjoyed it, and we will see you next week.
Thank you.